What's up, people? What's up? What's up? Friday, last Friday of the month. Before the election, and the last Friday before November. And last Friday of the month, period. How's everybody doing? What I'm doing is this quick interview, review. I watched this documentary on a couple of nights ago. It's called Social Dilemma, and they get into talking about the problems of what's happening with social media, how it's influencing people, how it's kind of disturbing, especially the youth of this generation. I was controlling them to a point of mental problems and all that other stuff. But this is my take on that. A lot of the people that was talking about this probably weren't born during the time of the big height of advertisement and everything. We've always had advertisements, always been about mental manipulation. I don't care what avenue or what thing you've been in it with it. It's always been about mental manipulation. I don't know why people don't understand that. It's just been always about that. And there's always been about hitting the youth of our generation because that's who is easily influenced. And people need to understand that from the standpoint of denialism, dishonesty, and I don't know how a lot of stuff works in the public in business. It's not nothing new. I think the biggest problem most people got to understand, what people have to understand is that it's about how back then what all this is built on. Back then, you didn't have 24-hour TV. Okay, that's one of the biggest things that's catapulted a lot of this. Okay, 24-hour TV. You didn't have none of that stuff. You had TV went off at midnight. The test pattern. I bet a lot of y'all don't even know there was a test pattern. Okay, that was when you knew it was time to go to bed. And then I think on the weekends, it was on to maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in that evening or the morning, whatever you want to call it. Okay, not until we started having cable, not until we started having 24/7 news cycles, that when more and more people were connected to stuff that was going on. And really not until we started having let me try to say it. We've had all these devices that we got now. We got a lot of devices that keep us so connected. So this is why people are so wired and antisocial. We're all connected, not just 8 hours, 24 hours. We take it everywhere we go, 365 days a year. So this is probably what's going on. The problem, we've always been connected in some way. Okay, there's always been some kind of connection with news, been whatever, radio, TV, all that stuff. Not until all this stuff was built, especially when the internet came about, all this stuff was built upon that infrastructure. Then social media, and then we already had the 24-hour cable stuff. Those are the kind of things that's helped with a lot of stuff that's going on today. And we gotta really understand that it's not nothing new. The technologies are a little bit more, and I think what people gotta really get with, and people have not come to terms with, is how much more we are connected in whatever we're doing. And sometimes I think it's all about what's what are you connected for? Why are you doing what you do? You know, a lot of people do it because so and so does it, or what's the name does it. It's all about I don't know. The documentary was interesting, but I think it was kind of off because of the people that were talking about it. You know, you had a lot of people from big tech companies who weren't even around when cable came around. You know, they're probably in their maybe late 20s, early 30s. But they didn't recognize it because of their age. I'm telling my age right now because people. I'm in the same boat. I want to say this though, Rick. We've always been connected in some way. The biggest problem is the critical mass of our technologies that have gone from what used to take 25, 30 years, it's taking 3 to 6 months now. That's the problem with people going on with technology. Technology's been hitting so fast. Critical mass. What I mean by critical mass is the rate that it gets. The rate that it gets to people in a short period of time, and the rate that people are using certain things is what critical mass happens. We get caught up in this thing about why this and that. People said the same thing about TV. TV is going to burn out your brain. Radio is going to influence you on all that. The biggest problem in our society today is not so much that it's the technology, it's the way the technology progresses. People get caught up in the technology. We've always had kinds of technology. Always. Technology is going to be here, been here, and going away. We got to get used to the progression of technology and how it influences, how it expands. Every day, technology, something's changing. Now I got this thing I read that they're trying to force you to almost to get an iPhone every year now. Then they're going to have to come up with different programs that changes that, because the technology with iPhones is changing. The way iPhones or social media or these devices are changing. I did an interview with associate on my Sunset Sunday. We were talking about this. Mark Harbor. He was talking about he was going to go get a flip phone, but flip phones aren't going to be the flip phones of the early 2000s either. Okay, flip phones are more like smartphones. We're talking about flip phones. They are going to be smartphones. So I don't know if you're going to be able to get the flip phones of yesteryear in this technology-driven climate. Is that you just put the damn thing away? You ain't got to be connected so much. It's interesting how that the metaphors that they use in that documentary that I watched the other night. How they say these social in these social platforms are using artificial intelligence to determine what you're going to look at and how you're going to look at stuff. This is where the problem is. And I always still have a problem with artificial intelligence, because anything that's artificial can't do much but what is programmed to do. And that's what I've always said. Let's don't get it twisted that artificial intelligence is gonna take over the world. I ain't gonna believe it. Like, what was that show, I, Robot, with Will Smith?
I think you're getting at something. I think Trump makes us doubt that which has always been true.
It's gonna have to get a soul. And it's not nothing that doesn't have a conscience or whatever has to have something that computes it. Even we as humans, we have a soul. We are computed by something. Okay. So that was just my little take on this. You can read this more on my blog. That I'm getting ready to go out and shoot in about an hour. If you're on my email list, if you're not,
how much of this do you think is sort of
you can join my email list below. GregorySmith.online. You can join the email list, my newsletter, get alerts and stuff. We're also running another 5-day challenge. Okay, let me see where that is.
In terms of COVID.
Do I have this on here?
Decimated our economy. The stock market, which is an indicator Donald Trump likes to point to, has registered
Oh, there it is.
its hardest blows and
5-day challenge is starting November 6th.
in recent history.
How to use social media, get leads and stuff without paying for it. How to use social media without having to pay for ads. Okay, that's gonna be top 5-day challenge. This gets you in there for $1. You get access to the platform that we use. My Lead System Pro, 30 days coaching, free coaching with all for $1, people. So sign up down right here. You can sign up for that. Okay, that's coming up in about a week. Well, about 2 weeks. Now, women, when is the 6th? The 1st is what? Tomorrow? No, that's next week, ain't it? Nah. All right. Sign up for this. This starts next week after the election. Okay, sign up for that. Know what else to say to you? If you got value for it, share this out. You know somebody else that would like to do this, share this out. Okay? That's all I ask you. Share this out. Give me some love back here. Share this out to people who might like this, who may be value or use this. With that being said, I hope you got value. Peace. Take care. I'm out.